How I would sum up narcissistic abuse. Narcissistic abuse is not just a relationship dynamic, it is a psychic event, one that fractures the self at a symbolic, structural, and developmental level. It begins not with pain, but with seduction, with idealization, with a gaze that mirrors your hidden longings back to you, not to love you, but to bind you. You are seen not as you are, but as they need you to be. And then slowly that gaze turns cold. You start to contort yourself to stay in view. You perform, you comply, you split. This is where mirrored psychic inversion begins. It is here, in the moment of felt disconnection from your own inner compass, that the anticipatory stress reflex, ASR, activates your original wound, your earliest unmet need. The narcissist does not create this, they find it, they exploit it, they become it. What follows is not mere heartbreak, it is collapse, not just emotional but symbolic. Your sense of self, your place in the world, your orientation to truth, they fall away. You no longer know if you are the victim or the cause. You orbit their moods. You speak to internalized versions of them in your own head. You become two, then three, then none. This is not codependence. This is psychic inversion. It is the symbolic disassembly of the self in order to remain attached. From here, you enter the Hall of Mirrors, where every reflection is distorted, where shame looks like love, where silence feels like safety, where you chase what is hurting you because it feels familiar. Eventually, you are discarded, or you crawl away, but still trapped inside the shared fantasy. And even then, the collapse doesn't end. You rebuild a self not based on truth, but based on what the narcissist left behind. But this is also where recovery begins, because collapse reveals the fractures, and fractures, when seen clearly, can be reassembled. The organizing gate, the neurosymbolic threshold, must be crossed again, this time with awareness. You reclaim authorship of your own inner world. You rebuild your symbolic self not as a mirror, but as a center. MPIT teaches the narcissist did not give you love. They gave you your wound in the shape of love, and you tried to survive it by becoming what they needed until you remembered what you were before they arrived. That is what narcissistic abuse is. It is collapse in the shape of connection and recovery in the form of remembering. Peace out. Loads of love.